You're about to see me attempt the biggest food challenge I've ever done in my extremely professional career. I'm eating Disney World food for 7 days, 21 meals, 4 parks, 1 hungry man.
Hey Cindy, roses are red, violets are blue, Mickey's a rodent, and Cinderella's shoe needs some deodorant. Girl, it's giving gorgonzola. Cheesy. I'm a little nervous because today I am starting my most extravagant, biggest project food challenge I've ever made. I'm gonna be eating only Disney World food for 1 week. 21 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. I'm gonna be eating at all 4 parks, Magic Kingdom, why'd I blank? I'm a Disney stan. Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. So for breakfast and lunch, I'm gonna be eating at more affordable restaurants like quick service, little kiosk moments, little fun things, but dinner. Mother is going all out. I'm gonna be eating a 3-course meal at one of the sit-down, more fancy, luxurious restaurants. Well, not like Cinderella's Castle. Chill, girl. We're not going that pricey, but I am gonna go all out for dinner, so I'm so hyped about it. I'm gonna review all the food. I'm gonna be totally honest, and I'm gonna see how my stomach and my wallet handles eating at Disney for a week. I'm gonna score each meal from 1 to 10. If it's trash, if it's Mickey's rat food, the little grains he eats, I will be honest and give it a 0. But if it's amazing, I will give it a very high score. At the end of the video, I'm gonna average together all the scores so we can get one big final Disney food score. And I'm also gonna keep track of how much I'm spending, and at the end of the video, we're gonna find out the grand total. So, a little stressed about that. But I have never been more hyped for a video. Give this video a big thumbs up if you think you're gonna enjoy it. It is truly the easiest way to support me, and it will mean a lot if you really thumbs up and comment on this video, because I'm putting every ounce of Disney magic that I have into this video, okay? I'm gonna be magicless by the end of the week. I'm gonna turn to dust. There's a bug on my camera. Shoot, this is Disney. Oh my God, it's a spider. Snow, talk to it. Also subscribe if you're new here. I make food content, fast food, restaurant food, hotel food, and theme park food. So let's go. Where's the spider? Wait, is it on the back now? Where is it? I think it left. Okay, wait, yeah, I think it's gone. It's fine, okay. Day 1, Magic Kingdom. What do we think of my 360 camera, girlies? It's new. Cindy, come out of there. Hello?
So for my day 1 breakfast, I went to the Friar's Nook. It's sort of like a little outside pickup restaurant type of place, and of course, they fry a lot of things. They're fryers. And this is the breakfast menu. They have a breakfast sandwich, sausage and gravy tots, and some little cinnamon sugar donuts. I got the breakfast sandwich. It's like sausage, egg, and cheese in a pretzel bun. It's quite big. I was kind of shooketh. And there's all the inside. See it? Love that. Okay. And it came with tots for free. And I got a little side of sausage gravy to dip the tots into, and some orange juice freshly squeezed from the Florida sun.
I have to say, this is a really big portion, especially for like a quick service meal. I'm not mad at it, but I am thirsty. That's fresh. Let's try a tater tot by itself. Crunchy, buttery, flaky. The quintessential perfect tater tot. They taste like they've been fried in fresh oil, super crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, salty. Mickey said, here's your sodium intake for the day, queen. Now let's try it with the sausage gravy. I love gravy on everything. It's very creamy, and it has a very strong sausage flavor, a lot stronger than other sausage gravies. It is giving piglet. No, we're not going there, girls. Am I amazed by it? No, but I'm really hungry and it tastes good. Now let's try this big breakfast sandwich on a pretzel roll. I have to say, Mr. Nook, I think there's a bit too much bread here. The roll is way too thick. And to be honest, it doesn't taste like a pretzel to me. It just tastes like dry bread. What? I'm loving the sausage, egg, and cheese. The cheese is nice and salty. The sausage has so much flavor, and it has a great like hamburger texture. And the egg actually tastes quite real and not processed, even though it probably is, I don't know. So it's really good besides the bread. I'm gonna give this meal overall a 6 out of 10. I think it's nice. It's a good breakfast option, but it's not amazing. I'm grateful. I am. Don't come for me. I can smell Cindy from here, guys. goodness.
For my day one lunch, I ate at Pecco's Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. What a name. This is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Part 2. So it's basically like Mexican style fast food. They have tacos, fajitas, nachos, all that good stuff. This is what the inside looks like. It has sort of like a Western vibe to it. Very cowboy hat, you know, let me go find my cow. It ran off. Now this little buffet area used to have tons of taco toppings, but now it's just little packets of hot sauce. So that is a downgrade, but you know, a lot of things have happened in the past couple years, right? The seating areas are very themed, very pretty. Now, this is what I got. The taco trio, 1 beef taco, 1 chicken taco, and 1 pork carnitas taco. Now, I think the chicken taco just went on Splash Mountain because, girl, what is all that? It's giving Pirates of the Caribbean water. But the pork looked pretty good, so that was exciting. Oh, stop zooming into me, that's scary. They also gave me a little side of lettuce and tomato, some cups of salsa, which I didn't use because that cheap salsa on like tacos kind of just makes it taste more processed. A lot of cups of cheese and sour cream, and then look at my churros, guys. They're stunning. I also got a soda, and they put this stick in it. I don't know why. I guess to stir it up, even though it's already pre-mixed, right? I don't know. Oh, on guard. So because I didn't use the salsa, I did add some hot sauce just to add a little flair.
Let's first try the beef taco because I feel like that's just the most common taco meat, right? Oh, and just to be totally transparent, I have eaten here before, but I've always gotten the nachos. I've never gotten the tacos. So this is new to me. That's how it looks. It's fine. The beef does have a lot of flavor, but to me, it just tastes like a more liquidy version of any homemade taco mix ground beef. So it's very simple, and you could get the same experience at home, but it's gonna have less magic. So add extra seasonings. I don't like the tortilla. I feel like it has a processed flatbread flavor to it, or like a processed pita bread flavor to it. I will say the cheese portion is pretty great. I do miss having the whole like taco topping bar moment because this is just like a lot of plastic, and the turtle said, "Mickey, have mercy on us." Now let's try the watery chicken taco. Did you see all that liquid? Okay, that's how it looks. You know, it reminds me of Thanksgiving. It tastes more like salty Thanksgiving turkey than it does shredded chicken. There's no real seasoning happening here, but it is a well-salted chicken, so I appreciate that at least. There's just really nothing else going on. It's just super simple. Don't expect sazon if you're half Cuban like me. Expect giving thanks. Pork carnitas. Yeah. That has a lot more flavor than the chicken. I don't understand why they didn't just put the pork carnita seasoning blend onto that super plain chicken to help it. The pork is pretty good. It does taste the slightest bit processed, but it still has that nice pork flavor, and it has sort of like a chili powder cumin flavor. So I think out of the 3 meats, the pork might be the best. Pig wins, but it's still not a slay. Last but not least, it's time to try the churros, and they come with a chocolate fruit and snack cup by Sophia. You mean the first? I didn't know she was a culinary queen. I'm just so filled with magic, it's bursting out of me. Let's try the churro by itself. Now with chocolate. Oh. Sophia, you have talent. Oh my mouth. This is my beer, guys. I can't see from here. These are fantastic churros, guys. Truly, they have that classic churro crunch on the outside, the perfect amount of cinnamon sugar, and the chocolate sauce is rich, but it's kind of like a thin texture, so the churro doesn't hold too much chocolate. So it's just the perfect little amount. Overall, though, I'm gonna have to give the meal a 6 out of 10. I think that without the churros, it would have been like a 4. These tacos need some work. The tortillas need help. And most of the meats need to reevaluate how they're approaching my taste buds. I'm super excited for dinner, though. We got a reservation. It's giving class. It's giving opulence.
So this is where I had my day one dinner. It's called Tony's Town Square Restaurant. And it's an Italian restaurant, guys. Look at all the gorgeous lights. How stunning is this? It's actually right at the front of Magic Kingdom. The waiting area was so gorgeous. They also had this like little shop type of thing next to it with like art And there's a little theater next to it as well. I don't know what this random painting of dogs eating spaghetti is doing here. I don't think dogs should be eating spaghetti. It's probably not good for them. And I've never seen these dogs in my life. Who are they? This is what the inside of the restaurant looks like. It's gorgeous. So this is the menu. For my appetizer, I planned on getting the fried mozzarella. Guys, you're gonna be shook by these mozzarella sticks. Wait for it. And for my dinner, I plan on getting the braised beef short rib with crispy Parmesan potatoes and a pepperoni sauce and seasonal vegetables. And then for my dolce, I planned on getting the summer berry tiramisu. Oh, so these are the mozzarella sticks, guys. These mozzarella sticks are so insanely massive. It shook me to my core.
Look at this. Oh, it's breaking into pieces. Let's dip it into this spicy tomato sauce. Yes. Can I get the short rib meal? Thank you. She is so kind. Love her. Let's try this. Oh. Wow. Wow. There is more cheese than you would think in there. There's no air pocket happening here. There's no oxygen cheese bubble. It's just full cheese in there. It's intense. The cheese is so salty. It tastes so authentic. The breading is so thin. It's less breadcrumby than your typical mozzarella stick breading. It's more airy and crispy, if that makes sense. Now the spicy tomato sauce, you just cannot compete with the cheese. To be honest, I could barely even taste it because the saltiness in the cheese was so strong. And so let me try the tomato sauce by itself. It is the teeniest, tiniest bit spicy, but it's creamy. It's delicious. This is fantastic.
Wow. This is what you guys look like when you're watching me eat. Very nosy, obviously. This was my entree. Now, I thought it was shrimp. That looks like a shrimp tail, right? It's not. There's no Oceanic Express happening here. That is just a crispy chunk of potato. But look at those pepperonis, guys. Oh!
Let's dig in. Let's first try this broccolini moment. Okay. That's the saltiest, crispiest vegetable I've had. It's so refreshing. Parmesan potatoes. Oh my goodness. Tony, you've outdone yourself, sir. They are so crispy and buttery and salty and parmesan-y. There's pepperonis on this, and they taste so good with the potatoes. Wow. Now let's try the short rib. Ooh, it just falls apart, as it should. Look at that. Wow. It's incredible. So good. Thank you. The braised rib melts in your mouth. It's a meltable cow. There's a sauce on it that's like tomatoey and very oniony, and it goes so well with the braised rib and the potatoes and the pepperoni. I would just like to thank Giada for bringing me to this moment in time. What a moment.
This dessert might not have the most amazing presentation, but it does have a little hidden raspberry Mickey, and that is adorable. Do you see all the summer berry layers? There's no spring, there's no autumn, there's no fall, but there is summer.
This looks so good. Trisha. Oh. That is absolutely ridiculous. In the words of Willy Wonka, do you like your tiramisu creamy, cheesy? Absolutely insane. I like mine ridiculous, Willy. Instead of the coffee flavor, girlies, it's a berry flavor. And you guys know, even though I love tiramisu, I'm not a big coffee fan. So this is like tiramisu upgraded for me. The berries taste so fresh and they just go so well with the lady fingers. I think that it's safe to say that this meal from Tony's, what was it called? Tony and Giada's Kitchen was a 10 out of 10. Just the perfect meal from start to finish.
Pa-pow!
Day 2, Epcot. I suddenly feel the urge to go golfing. Let's go, girlies. I'm so excited. I'm hungry.
So every morning I want to do like a little update just to let you guys know where I'm at in this challenge, how I'm feeling. And I'm feeling fabulous. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel sodium filled. I feel good. And I'm so excited for this day of food, guys. I think it's going to be j'adore, Dior. Is that French? Oui, oui, je m'appelle Timmy. I did spot Miss Minnie in Epcot, and she was serving sass. I don't know what she was saying to this man, but I think it was, "Give me my money! Give it to me now! Mickey's been using all of our money on cheese!" So our first stop of the day was in France! Sorry, the Miss Universe contestant inspired me. And this is where I had breakfast at a little place called La Casserole. I'm just kidding, I didn't eat there, but La Casserole, okay. I got breakfast at this little crepe place next to the main crepe restaurant. And the little side restaurant was called, wait, it's coming up. Crepes à emporter. Basically, they have a nice little crepes menu full of savory crepes, sweet crepes. I almost got the ham and cheese crepe, but then I was like, that doesn't feel French enough. So I just got the butter and sugar crepe because to me, the simplicity sounds very French, right? I don't know, it just does. It sounds fancier. It didn't look like much, to be honest. It just looked kind of soggy to me, but let's see what I thought of the flavor. Did you know that Ratatouille is actually based on Mickey? Walt found him in his hat. Just a little rat producing all of the Walt Disney movies for him. I'm just kidding, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, this is it. It looks so good. Let's try it. That's so much better than I expected. I expected a greasy, soggy tortilla, but to be honest, this is incredible. I'm shaking right now, guys. This tastes so much better than the crepes that you can get at like the mall. This is like a whole different world. I expected that. This crepe has such a rich flavor to it. The butter doesn't taste greasy. It tastes almost like cream, to be honest. And then the sugar just melts into it. And the crepe itself has such a good texture. It's like a little bit stretchy, very satisfying to bite into. I'm giving this meal a 10 out of 10. How do you say I ate that in French? I bought. I forgot to get a drink with breakfast, so this is my free drink, girlies. I have to say, in the morning, Epcot really is the most magical, peaceful place you could ever go to. I just adore it so much. There is so much to see. Like, there's a random pirate ship, Arg matey. We love that. Here's some really pretty shots of some of the sceneries, some of the different countries in the World Showcase. I love them all. And here's some men making music out of literal trash. That's fierce. And this is where I decided to have lunch. I had lunch in Japan and I ate at this place called Katsura Grill. It's basically like the quick service cheap option in Japan. And they have a lot of different options like teriyaki chicken, teriyaki beef, some noodles, ramen, and some sushi. These are the steps. Very pretty. The Katsura Grill eating areas are so pretty. You are basically eating in a garden surrounded by tons of bamboo. It was actually magical. And this is the inside ordering area. And if you want to sit inside, there is some seating in there as well. But I ate outside because I'm adventurous. This is what I chose. It's the teriyaki chicken and beef. The chicken does look weird, like on the outside, but on the inside, it was totally cooked. Don't worry about it. I also got a soda that kept spilling while I was walking on the garden paths. I was trying to be peaceful and my soda was not. Guys, look at this setting. Look where we are. Is this not gorgeous? This is a big portion, by the way. It was $16, but I am pleased with the amount. Let's first try the vegetables so we can save the best things for last. Broccoli. Crisp, fresh. I feel like I'm eating one of these trees back here. Perfectly cooked, salted. Look at the teriyaki sauce on this. The teriyaki sauce is so good. Now the rice. Typical. Classic, tastes steamed. Now let's try the chicken. The gorgeous piece right here. Oh. Oh, it's tender. This chicken said, I'm tired of being tough. I'm tired of hiding my emotions. I'm gonna be tender. It does have a very simple, clean flavor, but the teriyaki sauce adds that perfect little tang. It isn't super strong, it's just a little bit. Very nice. Now the rice with the teriyaki sauce. The teriyaki beef. This is like a shredded beef. Let's try another bite. Give it a fair chance. I wouldn't say it's bad. It actually has like a roast flavor to it. There's just this teeniest, tiniest bit of canned flavor. I don't think it's canned, but the flavor is there. The metals and the tins from the can. You get me? It isn't terrible, but I think I like the chicken a lot more.
Tastes a lot better with the rice though. So I really loved everything in this bowl besides the beef. I'm gonna give this meal a nice 7 out of 10. Girlies, you guys know my struggle with the paper straws. I love them for what they do for our Mother Earth and the ground and the oceans. But do I love them when I'm using them? Not really. It's a little soggy. As you guys know, I'm an annual passer, aka a VIP exclusive backstage king. And I heard that there is an annual passer exclusive lounge in Morocco. So I'm gonna try to get in. I think they have like drinks and possibly snacks. Let's see what they got, girlies. So this is Morocco. I love Morocco. I think it's so pretty. And this is the lounge line. It was a pretty long line, but it only took about like 15 minutes to get in. It is inside of the restaurant Marrakesh. And basically it's just a big room that has AC. And it's very relaxing, and the genie's there taking pictures with people, very nice. And they did have a few free snacks, including Planters Trail Mix and Chex Mix for my elite employees. Fast forward to dinner time, some areas in Epcot were so packed, I was actually kind of shook, and it was very hot, like extremely. I was sweating, but I was keeping it together. And then I saw Val, and she did not say bonjour to me, but in my heart, I said bonjour to her. So I ate dinner in France at Chefs de France, which is a very fancy sit-down restaurant. All of the waiters are in suit and tie and all that stuff. Once again, the inside of the restaurant was gorgeous. Everything in Epcot is pretty. This was my little table. I did get agua, keeping it light, keeping it dainty. Now, as for the menu, I was looking at the appetizers and I chose the French onion soup because everything else looked intimidating. And as for the entrees, I was stuck between the chicken, the pork, and the beef pasta. And then for dessert, I was stuck between the creme brulee and the big cream puff filled with ice cream. The French onion soup arrived very quickly and it was huge. Guys, the bowl was huge. Look at my tiny little ladylike finger next to it. They also gave me a whole baguette and a little slab of butter. This soup is bigger than my whole career. I'm kind of shook. Also, a whole baguette for me? Belle, you shouldn't have. I don't know what the proper way is to eat this. I'm just gonna break off a piece. It looks nice and bubbly like champagne. Then we're gonna add some butter. Ooh, it's very firm butter. I'm just gonna put the glob right in there. The butter could be the entree on its own. That's a big glob. It's fine. That might be some of the best butter this 29-year-old alpha male has ever had. It's giving Cheesecake Factory's butter, but better, like fresher. The bread is so crusty, but like in a good way, like it's supposed to be crusty. That was just perfection. J'adore. J'adore. Let's try the French onion soup. I'm nervous. It's intimidating. Are we seeing this? Look at this ocean of onion. Ooh, there is bread in it. I think that's typical for French onion soups. I have never been a French onion soup person because the flavor is always so strong and too caramelized for me. This is lighter. This is a decadent version. Is this how it's supposed to be? The cheese really carries it. It has so much flavor. It's chewy in a very satisfying way. And the broth is a little sweet, a little oniony. And then the bread pieces, even though they are soggy, it feels like they're supposed to be. And they taste amazing with the cheese. Oh, am I a French onion soup stan? Is this who I am now? An onioner? A Swiftie onion version? Now, guys, I can't pick between the half a rotisserie chicken, the braised pork, or the beef pasta. I can't choose. I wish they had like a sampler, but this isn't Chili's, Timmy. So I did choose the beef pasta, and guys, the portion was once again huge. And look how rich the color of that sauce is. Like, are we ready to feast? I got the beef pasta because I asked the waitress, what do you recommend out of the chicken, the pork, and the beef? And she said, the beef pasta is like the best. And I'm gonna listen to this queen because she's so nice once again. And I did have braised beef yesterday, but it wasn't pasta. Okay, and I'm taking a professional's advice. It has carrots, some little pearl onions. Why did I just cast a spell? Let's try some pasta with the sauce. Thank you so much. It's so good, by the way. Amazing. Whoa! Flavor-wise, I think that the beef is even better than last night's beef. It has such a strong red wine flavor to it, but it also has a strong stew, hearty, warm, comforting flavor to it. Now, le pasta is also delicious. And when it's soaked in the sauce, it's incredible. I just wish that there was more sauce so that the pasta could really just get soaked in it and just take on more of that flavor. It's just a little light.
The creme brulee arrived and I was just astounded at its beauty. I was trying to like crack the glass top open, but it wouldn't.
I thought the creme brulee was gonna crack, but it didn't. Turns out it's good under pressure. Love that. So I got this creme brulee because I was stuck between this and the cream puff. So I asked the waitress, love her so much, which is better? And she said, the creme brulee is more French. And I was like, okay, so it's more like the main thing. And she was like, yeah. So I got the creme brulee. Let's see the texture. Ooh. Okay, you can't really see it, sorry. Oh wait, it is cracking. I just didn't crack it hard enough. Suddenly, I am elegance, I am class itself. This just changed my evolution. It is so creamy on the inside, you don't even know. It isn't even like a flan texture. I thought that it was gonna be like flan. It is much more like a thick, rich pudding custard. The cooked glass sugar is serving toasted marshmallow. That's the flavor profile. Then this frosting stuff is like, it's like a vanilla bean frappuccino, but better. Wow. It's gone. And I want to lick the bowl, but I won't. This whole meal was incredible. I am going to give it a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 only because I feel like the pasta itself could have had more sauce and more flavor. But everything else was absolute perfecto.
Day 3, Hollywood Studios. Day 3 update. I'm still feeling great. Honestly, still not bloated. I haven't gotten one stomachache yet. I am extremely excited about tonight's reservation. It is one of Disney Park's most famous restaurants. I don't know how I got the reservation, guys. They have 2 extremely famous items that I'm gonna be trying. This is the most hyped I've been yet. I arrived in Hollywood with a dream to be in the big screen, be in the movies, be on the television. What do we think of the sceneries? Look at the Hollywood Tower, so pretty. Anyways, I went to Hollywood Scoops for breakfast. Now, it may just sound like a little ice cream stand, but it's not. Well, like it is, but they also have a waffle platter during breakfast hours, okay? They're Mickey-shaped blueberry waffles, and I just had to try them. And this is what they look like. I was not disappointed, even though the little waffles are kind of small. Sometimes it is good to have a lighter breakfast to save room for lunch. Am I right? I also got a water, and I just poured some syrup on top of those little Mickeys.
I had to get Mickey waffles at some point during this week, so I got them. It's gonna taste like magic. I have a strawberry here, whipped cream syrup, and the waffle. Let's go in, girlies. They're so good. I can't stop. I can't stop feasting. If you had told someone 200 years ago, in the future people are gonna be eating rodent-shaped waffles, I think they would be horrified, but I'm not, because these waffles are amazing. They are so incredibly fluffy and cakey at the same time. And then they're crispy on the outside, so perfect texture. The blueberries add a little pop of brightness, and then the whipped cream and the strawberries both taste so fresh. And because the waffles are so cakey, all the elements coming together are kind of serving breakfast strawberry shortcake, and I love strawberry shortcake. So I just adore these. They actually taste more special than your typical waffle. Like, they just taste better for some reason. Like this texture. Look at that. Up close. I'm giving this meal a 10 out of 10. Outstanding. Being in this park makes me feel so vintage. I don't know. I just feel like saying, oh, governor. This waffle is delicious. Oh.
For lunch, I went to the ABC Commissary, which is basically a quick service little restaurant that is like ABC themed. So think of your favorite ABC shows. Grey's Anatomy, Meredith, Derek! Wait, what else? I don't know. I just love Grey's Anatomy. But I haven't watched it in like years. I love the older seasons. Anyways, this is the menu. I was very interested in the buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich. See me pointing at it? They also had a picture of our California girly, Katy Perry, living her best life, I guess in California. Good for her. And then they also had a picture of Luke Wilson with his tractor and his truck and his waff. This is what the inside of the ABC restaurant looked like. It was shockingly pretty. I expected kind of like a basic place. No, it was like Art Deco, whatever it's called, vibes. And I was looking for Meredith, but I couldn't find her. That was a little disappointing. This is the seating area. It's a very big place too. And it was pretty much empty, so we love that for me. This is the meal that I got, the buffalo grilled cheese chicken sandwich and fries and ketchup and a soda. It was very grilled. I was very happy with the amount of the grillness that it had on the bread. So I'm so grateful and excited to eat this food. I'm kind of blending in with it, but I am a little disappointed that Meredith Grey didn't serve this food to me. I know she's a busy doctor, but I just wanted to hear her say, "But Derek, I love you," in a really, really big, pretend to like your taste in music, let you eat the last piece of cheesecake, hold a radio over my head outside your window, unfortunate way that makes me hate you, love you. So pick me, choose me, love me. Okay, let me eat. Timmy, stop. This is too much. Let's first try a steak fry, first without and then with ketchup, okay? Let's try it with ketchup. Much better. Oh, listen, these aren't bad fries. I've had much worse, but they need ketchup simply because they don't really have much flavor. They do have a great texture. They're super crispy, but the ketchup is doing all the heavy lifting flavor-wise. They are salty, they are, but something is lacking. This is such a peaceful place, by the way. It's just the vibe. I feel like I'm in Hollywood. Flipping my hair around. The buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich has sourdough bread, buffalo chicken, Monterey cheese, provolone cheese, cheddar cheese, and cream cheese. Hello. Let's dip it into the sauce. I think it's just more creamy buffalo sauce, I'm assuming. This is so good. Focus. Please. Rachel, send it to me, please. That is so delicious. One of the best grilled cheeses I've had. And the buffalo chicken filling does have the same flavor profile as like a buffalo chicken dip, which I adore, but with a lot more salty cheeses. And the cream cheese really adds such a richness that brings everything out even more. And typically buffalo chicken dip is like super shredded, almost ground up chicken. This has actual real chicken chunks in it. And I prefer this. I like a little bit more texture. And then the dip just makes it more buffalo-y. Fantastic, truly amazing. If the meal score was just based on the chicken sandwich, I would give it a 10 out of 10. But because of the fries, I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. Still though, highly recommend this sandwich. I think it's fantastic. So this is the place that I was so excited to have dinner at. The Hollywood Brown Derby, guys. They are famous for their Cobb salad. Yes, a salad. I know. I love salads, but I've never had a famous salad. They are also famous for their grapefruit cake dessert. So, of course, I am trying both of these items plus an appetizer. So this is what the waiting room looked like. It was just very kind of simple, but very nice, of course. And they had like a lot of little pictures hanging up. I didn't take a close look at the pictures. I don't know why. I should have, but I don't know what they're of really. Someone let me know. This is the inside of the restaurant. It was packed, very loud, but I was still very excited. Now this is the menu. So the appetizers all looked very intimidating besides the creamy tomato soup. So I got that, of course. And then of course I got the famous Cobb salad, slow roasted turkey, bacon, egg, tomatoes, blue cheese, avocado, and classic dressing. Of course, I asked for no blue cheese when I got it. And I also got the Brown Derby original grapefruit cake, vanilla sponge cake, grapefruit syrup, and cream cheese icing. They gave me some bread and butter, and the butter slab, I had some brown crumbs on it. And then the bread was all wrapped in this little cloth. Now this is the tomato soup. There were some blobs floating in it, and I did not know what they were until I ate them, but they look like sausage. Okay guys, so it's loud in here. The atmosphere is chaotic on the go. Let's try the tomato soup and then we'll try the floating blobs. Oh, it's so good. Thank you so much. It really is though, I didn't lie. A twig. There's like chunks of tomato and then these round things. Let's try one of these round things. Oh, it's Parmesan Reggiano. It is like crispy, baked Parmesan cheese. It's so good. And a chunk of tomato. I want more of those crispy thingies. They're all gone. I'm just eating tomato now. Guys, I think this place is too classy for me. I feel a little nervous. I don't know why.
compared to the other meals. It's just such a big deal. This soup is so creamy. It tastes like more cream than tomato, which I'm fine with. There is a nice acidity from the tomato. I'm not a big fan of the cherry tomato chunks in the soup. I feel like cherry tomatoes just taste a little different than tomato soup. So it's just like a weird tomato contrast happening. But otherwise, this is delicious. Now it's time for the bread and butter. Oh, this is very soft butter. Let's get some of the brown crumbs on there. Oh, that's so good. It tastes like brown salt. Maybe like salt from 1802 or something. It is called the brown derby, so maybe the salt was themed. Love that. That bread is a perfect, simple, warm, fresh roll. And the butter with the salt just elevates it. Fantastic once again.
The famous Cobb salad arrived and I was starstruck. Honestly, there's a lot happening, a lot of meats, a lot of greens, a lot of egg, a lot of chicken. Who is the mother to the egg?
So I am noticing everything is in crumb form. I'm gonna call this the $1 million crumb salad. Let's not do that. I'm gonna get so many comments saying, Timmy,
You were a mess at the brown derby. You don't deserve to be there.
I see it already. Well, guess what? I'm here. It's so good. So good, thank you. I have no words. I just want to keep chewing. So don't talk to me. Let me get the negativity out of the way. I feel like it could be bigger, especially for the price. It just feels a little light for a meal salad. That's all. But let's talk flavor. It is groundbreaking. When I say groundbreaking, I'm not just saying that it's refreshing. It tastes like the word refreshing if I could eat it. It tastes like a turkey BLT chopped up with the most tangy, bright dressing you've ever had. It's like a vinaigrette without that super strong vinegary flavor. It's almost like eating an orange or a lime. It wakes you up. I think other than the dressing, the bacon has the most flavor out of all the elements, and the turkey too. And because everything is chopped up into tiny pieces, you can taste every single thing in every morsel of every bite. It is just the freshest tasting salad I've ever had. It really is that good. I just want 2 of them, but I don't want to pay for 2 of them.
It's gone, guys. It disappeared. I don't know where it went. I think a ghost ate it. The grapefruit cake arrived, and visually, it's gorgeous, syrupy, decadent. The shape is like a triangle, but different, you know? But did I like it? That's the true mystery.
Okay, guys, this is the other item that they're legit famous for. It's big. This is bigger than the salad. I'm not the biggest grapefruit fan. I feel like most people aren't. So I'm very curious to see how it's incorporated into the flavor profile of this dessert. What to think. You know what's interesting? The cream cheese icing is so sweet, it's almost like a cheesecake. And the bitterness really cuts through the sweetness and balances it out. So I get the purpose. It doesn't make me love the grapefruit though. It's quite potent. The texture is actual perfection though. Like all the layers of the cream cheese frosting legit create like a cheesecake texture. I just can't get past the bitterness. But I admire it for being so brave. You know, it says, I'm grapefruit and I'm gonna taste like a bitter old grapefruit, and that's it. I'm glad the salad slayed me. The salad by itself would be a 10 out of 10, but thanks to Miss Grapefruit over here, I'm gonna have to give the whole meal a 7 out of 10. Huh? Oh, it's great. Yeah, thank you. Day 4, Animal Kingdom. That tree is giving me life, queen. Day 4 update. I'm still feeling good. Last night after I had that salad, my stomach did rumble in a Koreatown kind of way, but nothing happens, don't worry. That's just the effects that salads have on me sometimes. I am so used to eating trash that a salad can make my stomach gurgle.
Animal Kingdom is truly so pretty, guys. It's so fresh. It's so green. The air feels fresher than the other parks. I'm not smelling BO from all the tourists. I'm smelling oxygen coming out of the tree trunks. I'm smelling flower odors and the tree of life. I'm smelling life itself. Isn't that tree gorgeous? Look at all the carvings. I love it. So I ate breakfast in Asia and I went to this little place called Yak and Yeti Local Foods Cafe. So like Yak and Yeti is like one of the main restaurants, but this is like a little side restaurant, I think, near it. And on the breakfast menu, they have like a breakfast bowl and things like that. So I got the breakfast bowl. And guys, look at this thing. It's gorgeous. So much cheese, so much sausage. It was super large and super heavy. Wow. And I got an orange juice as well.
Do you guys like my shirt? It's so 90s Disney VHS tape dust vibes, you know? I love it. This bowl was like $13, which might sound pricey, but this is huge, especially for like a quick service breakfast. It's very, very big. It has green onions, potatoes, peppers, sausage, eggs, cheese. You know what's funny? I'm in Animal Kingdom and I'm eating pig. Are we sure it's their kingdom if they're being served here? This is delicious. Look at these peppers. It's fabulous. The main flavor here is sausage. It's very strong. The potatoes taste like classic, simple breakfast potatoes. The cheese is cheesing. The huevos, the eggs, do taste processed, but like good processed eggs. And the peppers and onions add such a fresh crunch and such a bright flavor. And when it's all put together, it is all very simple. It's like a simple breakfast, but it's delicious, it's hearty, it's filling, and it feels a little bit healthy, dare I say. I mean, a little bit. There's a lot of peppers. Peppers are healthy, so I'm giving this meal a 9 out of 10. Fantastic.
So I had lunch at this little place in Africa called Harambe Market, and they have things like rice bowls and pitas. I got the beef and lamb kofta pita, see it right there. And then I also got, wait, come on Timmy, pan down faster. The mango passion fruit cheesecake as well. And the pita has house-made beef and lamb kofta with tzatziki sauce, chermoula, and house-made chips. And this is how it looked. It was kind of like a smaller portion, but that's okay because I got the little cheesecake as well. And cheesecakes are always very heavy, so it's totally fine. The cheesecake had this very pretty purple flower design on it. It was giving gourmet elegance.
Let's first try a house-made chip. Oh, the crunch. These chips are amazing. They're so thick, cut, and crispy. They taste freshly fried, but not oily. And they're very salty with the slightest hint of like a curry flavor or like garam masala, I think that's what it's called, which I'm loving so much. The train's coming. Polar Express. No, wait, that's not Disney. Hey, girlies. Hi. Hello. No one's waving back. Oh, someone waved. Oh, that's so nice. Let's try the beef pita. This is an extremely thick piece of beef. I have a napkin in my pocket. Wait, where'd it go? It must have fallen out. Okay. I'm conflicted because the meat is so good. It is incredible. It has such a strong flavor. So many spices. The texture is like a burger patty, which I love. It feels kind of crispy on the outside. And I love the tzatziki sauce as well. So refreshing. And the tomato stuff on top is almost like a, thank you so much. That's so nice. Thank you. A guy just brought me napkins. Just a random guy, like he doesn't work here. Isn't that so nice? Love the beef. Love the tzatziki. And the tomato stuff is almost like a salsa, but I guess with more like African flavors. It's very refreshing as well. I just do not like the pita at all. It tastes like the cheapest pita at Publix. So processed and so dry like sand. And so I'm gonna eat the meat by itself because it's so good and I don't want the pita to ruin it. It is truly amazing. Did I just eat my fork? What just happened? That's never happened to me before. That wasn't me. Who was that? I'm so quirky. You can't dig me anywhere. It is time to try the mango passion fruit cheesecake. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. So I thought the frosting was gonna be too much because there's a lot of it. But to be honest, it kind of really helps because the cheesecake is not that sweet. It doesn't really taste like cheesecake. It tastes more like yogurt. I don't really taste much mango. I taste a little bit of passion fruit, but the flavors are very muted. It's empty. Oh, there's two people. Also, the crust is not like your typical cheesecake crust. It's like a big nutty cracker that is very hard to get through. It's almost too crunchy. To me, it's more of a yogurt cake than a cheesecake. Not a big fan. So overall, I'm gonna have to give this meal a 5 out of 10. The meat and the chips were fantastic, but everything else was Oh my gosh, guys, after lunch, I was thanking the guy that brought me napkins. He was so nice. And then this like other couple came up and they told me that they watched my channel all the way from the UK. They were so sweet. And we took pictures. It was wonderful. I felt so famous.
So I had dinner at this place called Tiffin's. Now, Tiffin's is a really fancy place. It's on the water. Look how gorgeous that is. Now, I didn't eat outside, but that was totally fine with me because it started to rain as I went inside. Also, this is right next to Pandora, so I could feel the Navi's presence. You know, Jake Sully waved to me from a distance. The waiting room ceiling was absolutely gorgeous too, very orange and citrusy, and the dining room was insane. So it's actually an art gallery. That's what the waiter told me. And it's just full of art pieces and crafts and things like that. Now, this is the menu. So I got the gobi Manchurian, which is basically fried cauliflower for my appetizer. Because once again, everything else looked a little intimidating. And then for my main course, I got the butter chicken. And I did not get the land salad, but guys, it has lettuce from Epcot. Isn't that crazy? Grown on Disney soil. And I forgot to film the dessert menu, but we will talk about that very soon. Now, this is the fried cauliflower, and I was not prepared for what I was about to experience. You're about to see someone's life change on camera.
Okay, guys, so the lighting might be bad. I do have a little candle to light myself. But this place is stunning. It's so zen. I feel like I'm in that show with Nicole Kidman on Hulu. I forget the name, but I feel like I'm there. I think this is the fanciest place so far that I've been to. I'm gonna be very extra classy during this taste test. Focus. Focus. And there, can you see it?
Oh my goodness.
This is groundbreaking. I am trying to stay delicate and elegant, but this is incredible. And I want to scream. The cauliflower is not mushy. I've had fried cauliflower before that was mushy. This has a bite to it and a slight crunch, actually. The breading is super thin and super light. The sauce is unlike any sauce I've ever had. Like, it's definitely like an Asian-inspired sauce because this place is African, Asian, and Latin cuisines combined, but it's so strong. Like, the flavor is so bright and big. It's extremely tangy, almost sour, but like in a good way. It tastes like a much more sour Kung Pao chicken maybe without the spice. It's actually one of the best things I've ever eaten. I'm so gooped like Gwyneth, I don't even know what to say.
This is the butter chicken now. The waiter told me it's deconstructed butter chicken. So everything is separate. It's not like the other girls. And that random fried brown blob is actually a rice croqueta.
So I guess this is like one of those fancy places that has smaller portions. New experiences, I love that for me. This is the amount of rice that I got. I'm so grateful. Okay, let's first try. Ooh. It's so quiet in here, I have to whisper, girlies. Let's first try the chicken with the sauce, okay? Wow. High five. That may be the juiciest chicken I've had in my life. I swear, there was a whole pond in that piece of chicken. Cooked to perfection. A little crispy on the outside. Now, this butter chicken sauce is so incredible, but it's a little different than the other butter chicken sauces that I've had. It has less of a curry flavor, and it's a bit creamier. It does also taste a little Latin-inspired, just a little bit, like along with the Indian spices. It's very interesting. There's some sazon in there. Iconic. Come on, Tiffin. Let's try some of these peas and zucchinis with this little crunchy thingy. Oh, that's the saltiest vegetable I've ever had. This must be what dolphins taste every day, just salt. But the veggies taste really fresh, and they have like a grilled flavor to them. Now, are these spinaches? Tastes like a flower and an apple mixed together. It is now time to try the rice croqueta soaked in the butter chicken sauce. Oh, wow. Okay. You see it? It looks like a potato, like a mini baked potato. I love that. The whole croquette is gone. That is fabulous. You know what it reminds me of? A potato samosa, but instead of potato, it's rice. It's peppery, very peppery. And then the outside's crispy. Delicious. Wow. I just wish I had 4 of them.
So the dessert options were like a super rich sounding chocolate bar thing, and then this like warm sticky rice dessert and a creme brulee. So I chose a creme brulee. I know it's my second creme brulee, but it sounded so good and so different. It came with a white chocolate disc underneath it, an orange chutney, ice cream, a little chocolate sculpture on top, a little cookie next to it, and some berry drops of sauce.
Now the presentation is like out of a magazine, girlies. I don't even know what to say. I feel special. There's ice cream, there's orange chutney, whatever that is. There's some little globs of sauce, a crumb per bite. Let's see how the creme brulee texture is. Oh, okay, I got some sauce, a little bit of chutney. Let's try the ice cream. Let's see whatever this is. And there's 2. Is this what fancy people taste every day of their lives? Are they this blessed? This is the dessert with the most components I've ever had. Creme brulee is so silky and light in flavor, but it's just refreshing. It makes me want to dance on a cloud. The white chocolate underneath adds a crunch. The ice cream is also very light in flavor, but it's atop a blob of crushed sugar crystals. And those textures just shook me to my core. The orange chutney adds a burst of citrus. And then this sauce stuff is like a raspberry moment. I have nothing more to say. This whole meal from start to finish was a 10 out of 10. Day 5, Magic Kingdom, again. Cindy still hasn't come out of that castle. I'm sick of this. Day 5 update. Still feeling great. Still no stomach issues. I still have so much energy. It might just be because I love Disney so much and I'm just excited to film every single day here. But I could honestly do this all year, girlies. Like, next video is gonna be a year eating Disney food.
So I went to Tomorrowland for my day 5 breakfast, and I knew exactly what I wanted. But first of all, guys, look how gorgeous this green lake is. Tomorrowland is such a futuristic yet vintage place. Makes me feel like a robot back in 1802. I ate breakfast at the lunching pad. Yeah, I ate breakfast at a place that's supposed to serve lunch. It's giving rebel. I wanted to try this sticky bubble bread. It's like a caramely, syrupy bread moment. It looked delicious. And I also got a stuffed cream cheese pretzel. So obviously I was craving carbs. The bubble bread did not look as caramely or as bubbly as I expected, but I was still excited to try it. And of course I got an orange juice. I'm in my orange juice era, guys.
If I look sweaty, it's because I am. I think this is the hottest morning so far. But guess what? Nothing stops the magic. Let's try the cream cheese stuffed pretzel. Oh, Ha! Look at that. Oh, wow. Ooey gooey. I expected savory, but they served me dessert. That is not just cream cheese and a pretzel, which is what I expected. That is like a cheesecakey cream cheese frosting-ish goop that truly is so decadent. And because the pretzel is salty, there's such a nice contrast happening here. The pretzel also has these random little crumbs on it, which are bringing me back to the famous Cobb salad. That is a delicious breakfast option. Now it's time to try this bubble bread. You can just take off a chunk very easily. Oh. Okay. This is the texture. It's giving ancient grains. You know, I expected something more along the lines of monkey bread. This is really just serving bread. Like Wonder Bread, Publix loaf with some sugar and some nutmeg. That's the only spice I'm tasting is nutmeg. I don't taste the caramel. It's just sugar and Meg. And we all know Meg is the least interesting sister from Little Women. So this is not doing it for me. Maybe if it was Beth themed, I would be shook. I would turn super pale like Beth did. It's just incredibly disappointing. The bread is super tough and dry. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why is this even a thing? I'm just glad I got the pretzel. Overall, I'm gonna have to give this meal a 5 out of 10. The pretzel was a slay, the bread was bad, and 5 is right in the middle. So it makes sense to me.
So for lunch, I went to Casey's Corner, which is basically a quick service hot dog place, and it's themed baseball, sports, goal, all that. And on the menu, they have like chili cheese dogs, little corn dog nuggets, chipotle dogs, and chipotle fries. Girlies, you know I had to get the loaded fries. Who is this man? Get out of my way. The seating area is super cute. It's like right on the corner of Main Street, and you can see the castle from it. And this is what the inside looks like. See, ball game today, baseball themed, very cute, very vintage, just like Tomorrowland. So I ended up getting the chili cheese dog, the chipotle barbecue pork fries, and I didn't know that the chili cheese dog came with fries, so I had an extra fries. And of course, I got a soda. Anyways, it was a pretty big meal. But was it good? Let's find out.
Okay, so let's first try this chili cheese dog. Ooh, it's falling apart already. Wow. I'm always prepared with wipes. That's pretty good. It kind of tastes like any other chili cheese dog, processed factory chili. You know, there's a good amount of cheese, so we love that. All that good dairy saltiness. Cows must be very salty. Wet wipes chill. Now the hot dog has a good strong beef flavor. I love that. I just think it's a little too thick. Therefore, it makes the beef flavor too strong. If it was a little thinner, I think it would be the perfect balance of beefiness, chili, and all that stuff. Also, I gotta say the bun is not it, girl. It's kind of dry and it just kind of falls apart. I know it's under a lot of pressure. It's filled with chili, but it's just not a good bun to me. It feels cheap. Overall though, it's okay. It just gets by. Now let's try the chipotle barbecue pork fries. This has chipotle barbecue sauce, slaw, and pulled pork. You know, I'm so grateful to be here. I will say they add a lot of pig. This is the whole pen right here. Whoa. So the barbecue sauce is extra sweet. It tastes like barbecue sauce with like a bucket of sugar. Mary Poppins said a spoonful. No girl, a bucket. I don't taste any chipotle vibes, even though it's supposed to be chipotle barbecue sauce, like at all. The pulled pork to me feels cheap. And the slaw is also sweet, so it's sweetness on top of sweetness. And this is my last complaint. I'm sorry, I'm like dragging Casey right now. These fries don't feel like they should... Sorry. Thin fries don't feel like they should be loaded. I feel like loaded fries should be a little thicker so they can hold more. Also, the item doesn't feel cohesive. I feel like it's a pulled pork sandwich on top of fries and it's not supposed to be there. Am I making sense? So overall, I'm gonna have to give Casey's little restaurant 4 out of 10. I think that's my lowest so far. I would not come back here, to be honest.
So I had dinner at the, Jungle Navigation Skipper Canteen. It's quite the long name. And that's not even the whole name. There's like some like little like letters in between the words, but I was too lazy to write them out. I don't know what Mickey was thinking when he named it, but it's next to Jungle Cruise. So if you're a Jungle Cruise stan, you would love this restaurant. And the cuisine is kind of like Latin food and Asian food kind of combined. So for my appetizer, I actually didn't get any of these. I got the secret appetizer that the waitress told me about. It's like Brazilian cheese bread. And then for my entree, I got the, wait for it, the Nile Nelly's noodle bowl, and I switched out the shrimp for chicken because my stomach is of the land, not of the sea, okay? I don't have caviar in there. And then for dessert, they had a few options, but I got the kungaloosh. It's an African-inspired chocolate cake with caramelized bananas. Stay tuned for that as well. But guys, the cheese bread arrived. This cheese bread might not look like much, but if you're a cheese stan, if you're the opposite of lactose intolerant, you're a lactose superpowered, you'll love this, okay? And they came with chimichurri sauce.
This smells so good. Now, I have had some Brazilian cheesy bread in the past, but I've never had Disney's version of it. Mickey, you make me proud, you little rat. I can't stop. Girlies, wow. That's the best bread I've had at Disney. Mostly because it's cheese with a hint of bread. The outside is so crispy, but the inside is like literal just cheese. It's like a just half melted cheese, and biting into it is the most satisfying thing ever. It's almost like biting into mochi. It's doughy, it's squishy, it's ooey, it's gooey. And the chimichurri does have a strong cilantro flavor, but I don't mind cilantro at all when it's in chimichurri. Chimichurri is amazing, and it's so limey and bright. So far, the Skipper Canteen Jungle, whatever it's called, very long name, Mickey, has me shaking on the Jungle Cruise, falling into the water with all the robot hippos.
My noodle bowl arrived, and look how gorgeous this looks, guys. So bright, so green. Now, there was a bouquet of leaves blocking all the delicious food, so I had to pluck it out. And there it is, my delicious pile of carbs. You guys don't know the restraint it took for me not to eat these 4 little pieces of cheese breads. They were so good, but I wanted to feel dainty, so I didn't eat them all. But let's just have one more, that's okay. So good. This is a big, like, little mountain of pasta. Ooh, it's steaming. Ooh. It's so good.
Love it.
Delicious.
Enjoy your lunch, dinner, whatever time it's in the
Thank you so much. Guys, the waitress is so nice and she's so funny. Oh, there's egg in it. Wait. Hello, huevos. This pasta is so delicious. It's sort of like, what's the name? I'm blanking. Timmy, compute, beep, bop, boop. It's like a peanutty lo mein, but it's not lo mein. It's called something else. I know this. Pad Thai. Thank you. It tastes like pad Thai, but like a little less saucy with a very strong peanut flavor, a little bit spicy, delicious. Now, the chicken is good. It has a nice charred flavor. It's just a little bit dry. Just a little bit. But the flavor is there. It's a big portion. It's very satisfying. I'm gonna dip the chicken in the chimichurri. That's what I'm gonna do. That is all the chicken needed. Wow.
So here's Miss Kungaloosh. Now, I was expecting a bigger cake based on the name Kungaloosh. It just sounds like an event, right? Like Kungaloosh, like it's a huge cake. But no.
This is smaller than I expected, but that's actually good. I've been eating a lot of sweets. I need a little break with a smaller portion, right? So we have some banana, we have some ice cream here, ice cream there, sauce. Ooh, it's dense. Okay, I can see why it's small. Typically, dense cakes are the richest, girlies. Hi. The banana. It's banana with like a creme brulee sugar crust. Wow. Oh my God. I ate that so fast. It was small. It's fine. That is one of my favorite desserts I've had so far. Do you know why? Because the texture was that of a rich, rich cake. A billionaire baked good. But the flavor was not too sweet. It was very chocolatey, but the sugar was pulled back a little bit. So the rich texture with the light sweetness just created this taste bud experience. You guys know I'm a very good mother to my taste buds, and I'm grateful that they got to have this. They can remember it forever. And the ice cream had a slight coffee flavor, a little bit of a nutty flavor. Incredible. So overall, I'm gonna give this meal a 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 if the chicken wasn't dry. Otherwise, just perfection. Disney has some amazing sit-down restaurants, but most of the amazing ones are the pricier ones, girlies, so you gotta pay up. Day 6, Epcot again. I'm hoping to find the lettuce that they served at Tiffin's. Let's go. Let's investigate this. Day 6 update. I'm in a shirt that I think is a little too small for me, but I'm excited. Still feeling amazing. Still feeling on top of the world. And I'm ready for the final 2 days. I'm actually so sad that it's almost over. Am I gonna go back to gas station food after this, girlies? I can't do it. So for breakfast, I journeyed to Norway through the mountains and the snow and the elks. And I found this little bakery called Kringla, which is, which is a little place where they serve a lot of little delicious things. School breads, Norwegian Kringlas, rice creams, lefse, triple chocolate chip cookie. So they're all tongue twisters. And this is what I chose. I forgot what the name of this thing was, but it's a little cake, a delicious little morsel. And I also got the rice cream, which is basically like a rice pudding, I think, with strawberries on it. Very fresh, very decadent. Guys, these Kringla desserts, first of all, Kringla, love the name. It's like Pringle and crumb mixed together. Let's try the rice pudding. Ooh. Oh. I'm eating it too fast, too chill. The rice pudding itself is so creamy. It's a lot lighter than other rice puddings. I just feel like it doesn't have tons of rice in it. It's like half rice, half pudding, perfect balance. It has a very simple, creamy vanilla flavor. There's not much else going on, but it's refreshing. And the strawberries on top are serving grown in the land of Epcot next to the lettuce. I made the whole thing, whatever. Now let's try this cake. I forget what the name was, but it looks really good. It has like a layer of custardy stuff, 2 cakes, and some whipped cream, and then some little almond pieces to add something a little nutty. Oh, I expected whipped cream. This is more like a meringue, I think. Wow. Dust. Come on, Kringla, more like dusta. The cake and custard, iconic. Oh, and the meringue dust by itself. Meringue to me really doesn't have much flavor. I'm a meringue hater. Get out of here. It's like an egg hat, but otherwise, this is so delicious. It has such a strong almond extract flavor throughout the cake and the custard. I almost feel like the cake and the custard taste the exact same, but it's just a custard version of the cake. Does that make sense? It is fantastic. I'm giving this Kringla Fest a 9 out of 10. And I just ate 2 full desserts for breakfast. Love that for me.
So for lunch, I journeyed back through the Norwegian mountains into the Appalachian Mountains of America, and I am in the good old USA. I am eating at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. Doesn't get more American than that, yo! It's basically a quick service barbecue place. This is what the outside seating area looks like. They have a big barbecue pit. What's more American than barbecue and armpit? Am I right? This is what the inside area looked like. Very pretty, very cute. And I got the rib meal. Okay, so I got an extra side of mac and cheese. I got the baked beans with burnt ends. Okay, they've been singed. And then I also got the ribs and the singed toast as well, plus a soda, of course.
Hello, hello. We are in the USA. I'm excited for this all-American feast, guys. It looks so good. Let's first try the bread. Oh, good. That's like any good old Texas toast. It has a garlicky, buttery flavor. And it tastes a little burnt, but I kind of like that. It just adds sort of like a homemade flavor to it. I like it. Let's try the baked beans with burnt ends in them. I don't see any burnt ends. Okay, Heinz. Okay, Bush's beans. They're nice. They taste like any canned baked beans. They're very sweet, very brown sugary, a little smoky. Typical. Fine, you know? Now it's time for the mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, this looks really delicious. I'll be shocked if it's not good. Oh yeah. Oh, this is some heavy mac and cheese. The sauce is thick and rich. Now, does it taste homemade? No, in the sense that the sauce doesn't, but it tastes like really good, like processed mac and cheese sauce. And then the fact that it's kind of like toasty on top, like with the breadcrumbs, does give it a homemade texture. So that's very nice. I can't stop eating it. There's a bug on my camera. Go. I'm very satisfied and happy with it. Now it's time to try the main event, the ribs. I hope that they're like the fall off the bone kind, but I know that some ribs aren't meant to be that. Shoo. Yeah, this doesn't seem like those kind of ribs. Oh no. All right. It has a gorgeous crust on it, so that's good. It's a little chewy. So those are fine. Very chewy. Wow, I can't do it. I really can't. I was like, is that really? Is this a meet and greet restaurant? I hope not. I hate those. They scare me. These are the kind of ribs that don't taste like ribs. They taste like ham. And I know that ribs and ham are both pig. So they do probably sometimes taste similar, but this tastes exactly like ham. And I like more of a plain rib flavor when it comes to ribs. Am I making sense? I do love like the dry rub. I think that it's really flavorful. There's a lot of seasonings on there, but the inside of the rib is the hammy part, I feel. Also, there are some more tender parts, but some parts are extremely chewy, almost like a jerky. And I know the USA is known for their jerky, but that's not what I want. It's not what I wanted. Anyways, I'm gonna give this meal a nice 5 out of 10. Yeah.
So I decided to have dinner in the UK. Not me, not Hermione, you. I ate my meal at the Rose and Crown pub. It is a sit-down restaurant. It's quite charming, look how nice. quite comforting, homie. Okay, I'm sorry. It was completely empty and they put me in the corner. So for the appetizer, I decided to get the Scotch egg. Sorry, oh my gosh, that keeps happening. And then for my entree, I got the shepherd's pie, which is mashed potatoes and beef and cheese. And then for dessert, of course, I got the sticky toffee pudding because it was the only other option besides a plant-based seasonal something. This was my Scotch egg. So if you don't know what a Scotch egg is, it's basically a hard-boiled egg covered in sausage and then deep fried. It sounds disgusting, but I swear it shook me. And that's a mustard sauce underneath. Okay, girlies, I have my Scotch egg and it looks amazing. It's big. I expected like a little egg. This is mostly sausage. And by the way, the waitress is so nice and she's training like a trainee girl. And she's so nice too and they're both wonderful. Okay, there's my piece of Scotch egg with some mustard. Oh my gosh. I love it. That was so much better than I expected. It's such a heavy, just ball of protein. The egg on the inside is cooked to perfection. It's not rubbery. We know that some hard-boiled eggs can be a little rubbery. This was not giving tire or eraser. And the sausage on the outside had like a breakfast sausage like flavor, but it was like lighter than breakfast sausage. And so even though it was such a thick amount of it, it wasn't too strong and you didn't get sick of the flavor and it wasn't too sweet. Just perfection. And then the breadcrumbs on the outside were just lightly fried, not greasy at all. And the mustard sauce was creamy, like a light Dijon. I am shook. I'm a Scotch egg stan. I could eat 10 of those as my meal. I really could. Bring on the shepherd's pie. You guys know I'm a part-time shepherd and my lambs love shepherd's pie.
Now this is the shepherd's pie. It's looking quite fluffy. So we put tomatoes on beef, a little bit of vegetables as well. Oh, look at that cow underneath. That's still mooing.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, it's so amazing, like legit. It's so good. The shepherd's pie is shepherding, it's hurting those sheep. First of all, the Idahoan potatoes. Wait, these might not be from Idaho, they might be from London town. Does Europe have a potato capital like America does? Oh wait, I think it's Ireland, right? Or Scotland, one of them. I feel that in my soul. I feel like I've heard that before. Anyways, these Irish potatoes are so creamy. They taste so real, so freshly mashed. The beef underneath has such a tomatoey flavor, but it doesn't taste Italian. It's like a rich tomato gravy, and the veggies taste really fresh. And there's not that many veggies, which I'm happy about, because no one wants too many veggies. I mean, some people do. And then the cheese on top is like a really sharp white cheddar. Oh, it says here that it's Irish cheddar. They make cheese and potatoes? Love that. And it all comes together and just creates the perfect shepherd's pie. I'm eating this way too fast. I'm such a fast eater, and sometimes I get embarrassed when the waiter comes back and I've already finished my food and they're probably like, wow, where'd that go? That is my sticky pudding. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like a little cake on top of this like custard soup. Very interesting. Let's see how I liked it. So there seems to be some sort of pudding underneath the sticky pudding. Or is this not the sticky pudding? This is a little sticky cake. Let's just dig in. Okay, wow. Oh, look at this texture, guys. It is hot and it looks very dense. It's so good. It's like amazing. I'm so full, but I'm eating the whole thing. Oops. I'm gonna get a cramp walking out of Epcot, that's for sure. So the little cake itself was barely sweet, and I loved that. It almost reminded me of a banana bread without the banana. And then underneath, there was a pool, an ocean, if you will, of warm vanilla custard. It tastes so classic, and like some sort of a caramel drizzle. The sweetness of the caramel and the custard really complemented the lightness of the cake, and it was just fabulous, guys. I'm giving this meal a 10 out of 10. Perfection. I feel so satisfied and happy. Guys, I'm leaving Epcot and I, in fact, do feel way too full. This is the fullest I have felt this whole week. Let's see how I feel tomorrow morning. Day 7, the final day. Hollywood Studios again.
It's over. It's over. That's it. Day 7 update. It's the official final day. I'm in my Wish shirt with my little Wish hat. I love Wish. Even though I was extremely full yesterday after my British feast, I never got a stomach ache. I still felt great. I feel great now. I'm just even more sad that the week is actually ending. If you guys enjoyed this week, please let me know because I really want to make a lot more Disney content and more week-long content.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is a prehistoric dinosaur in the lake at Hollywood Studios. I don't know what it's doing here, but it's chewing on something. See, that has a little bit of food stuck in its tooth. So for breakfast, I went to Star Wars Land, aka Galaxy's Edge. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but it's a very nice immersive place for all the alien queens out there. And I ate at this place called Ronto Roasters, where they roast Rontos. I also got this water with these amazing beep bop boop letters on them. It's very alien robot. It actually says water. And then I also got some overnight oats with some berries and a star fruit and those little strawberry popping thingies. And this is the breakfast Ronto wrap. It has a breakfast sausage, egg, cheese, peppercorn sauce, and a pita.
So I'm hoping you guys can hear me. There's nowhere to sit in Star Wars Land. So I'm gonna have breakfast standing next to this massive piece of alien machinery. Fun fact about me, when I'm not filming, I typically eat overnight oats for breakfast. I love them. The machine stopped. Never mind. Okay, thanks, George Lucas. Oh my goodness. This is giving. It has a very light blueberry flavor to it. Very light. It's very creamy. This is kind of like a healthier option if you're on a meal plan in a different galaxy. All the fruit tastes so fresh, and the little popping strawberry thingies add even more refreshingness and a fun factor to the breakfast. So we love that. Now let's try this Ronto wrapper. It is so heavy, guys. This is gonna be super filling. So it has a very long, thin pork sausage, cheese, peppercorn sauce, and eggs. Look at that fluffy pita. This is so good. This is so much better than I expected. I expected to taste something from a different Earth, a different planet, but this is not that. This tastes like really good Earth food. The sausage has a hot dog flavor, but a pork breakfast sausage texture, so that's interesting. I like that. It's nice and charred. The egg is fluffy. There's a lot of cheese. The peppercorn sauce tastes like ranch to me, and it's delicious. And the pita is really fluffy. It's a lot fluffier than the one that I had in Animal Kingdom. Guys, it turns out I like food from other galaxies. I'm giving this meal a nice strong 9 out of 10.
So for lunch, I went to this place called Pizza Rizzo. I think that the girl from Greece makes the pizzas here and we love her. And here's a hashtag no filter picture of Mickey. I think he is looking more unique and better than ever. This is what the inside of the restaurant looked like. Honestly, it looks like a train station or something. They have such a big area for the mobile orders. It's kind of iconic. And this is the seating area. I feel like it has like a deli look to it, but like just like a giant deli, you know? The menu is mostly pizza, but I got a meatball sandwich. And it came with a free little side Caesar salad. I got some little Parmesan packets. Look at that meatball sub, guys. It's gorgeous. Glorious. Look at those provolone slices. And I also got a pizza themed cookie. So it's a cookie that sort of resembles a pizza. It kind of worked, but not really. Anyways, of course, I added a lot of cheese to the sandwich and the salad. Okay, so let's first try the Caesar salad. Yeah. It's fine. The lettuce tastes like Epcot. Just kidding. The lettuce tastes like any old iceberg. The Caesar dressing tastes like any old store-bought Caesar dressing. And I wish there was more of it. I like my salads soaked, almost like a dressing soup with a lettuce garnish. And the croutons taste like store-bought croutons. I'm not mad. This is meatball sub. It's in a very thick roll. We have 3 meatballs, 2 slices of provolone cheese. Let's try it. Oh. Okay. I expected a much more processed meatball. But this, I think Giada De Laurentiis made this with her own 2 hands. It tastes like a homemade meatball. There's some bell pepper flavor in there, onion flavor, garlicky. The texture is also very nice. It has a nice bite to it, and I've noticed with a lot of processed meatballs, they have more of a dog foodie texture. Come here, Goofy. These meatballs have a much more real, homemade texture. I'm shocked. Once again, why is this here? If it was a low lightsaber, I get it, branding, but it's a stick.
Oh, Groot. I'm so impressed by the meatballs. Now, the sauce is very bright tomatoey, and I love the bread. It's like a fresh, crusty, flaky, soft, and fluffy. It has just the right amount of yeast. I'm gonna say this once. Delicioso. Wasn't that Spanish? Whatever. I'm half Cuban. Last but not least, let's try the pizza cookie. Now, I don't know what's on this. It looks like there's some sort of jam, some sort of a white icing, and then little red candy melts that are serving fake pepperonis, but there is one hidden Mickey, guys. There's magic in everything here, even your pizza cookie. Interesting. It tastes like a high-end Pop-Tart, a Gucci Pop-Tart. I love the cookie itself. It's serving shortbread in texture and in flavor. But the strawberry stuff on top really does taste like a processed Pop-Tart filling. Also, texture-wise, I don't think that the cheese layer works. It's just like a hard piece of white chocolate. And it just doesn't go with the nice shortbready texture. It just kind of ruins it. Overall, though, it isn't bad. I'm gonna eat it, but I'm not gonna order it again. You know. So the meatball sub slayed, but everything else was meh. I'm gonna give this meal a 6 out of 10. This is my last lunch of the week. Back to real life.
For my last meal of the week, I ate at the 50s Prime Time Cafe. It's like a very themed 50s diner. It's giving Hairspray. It's giving Zac Efron. It's giving Nikki Blonsky. It's giving Do the Mashed Potato, whatever that dance was. Do the green bean. This was the waiting room area. I was waiting to be seated. It's very cute. It's like someone's 50s living room, right? And I was just there waiting, looking cute. And this is where I was seated. It had like kitchen vibes, which I kind of loved. There was a big vintage TV box hanging over me. And this is the menu. So for my appetizer, I got the onion rings with the horseradish sauce. Ooh, you guys aren't ready for that. And for my entree, I got a sampling of Mom's favorite recipes, which has fried chicken, pot roast, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and veggies. And for my dessert, I got the grasshopper bar. It's like a moussey minty moment, and there's no grasshoppers in it, thankfully. When the onion rings arrived, I truly felt like a pivotal moment was about to take place on top of my thousands of taste buds. I felt prepared after this week of flavors and cuisines. I was ready to go full grease. Guys, I am so hungry. I think I'm the hungriest I've been all week, to be honest. Now this place's vibe is like someone's living room in the 50s, and it's kind of fun. Even the waiters have a different vibe. They're like very like 50s-ish, like, oh, here you go, you're welcome. Oh my gosh, look at this shape. What is that, a bell? Taco Bell? Oh. Oh. With the horseradish sauce? Nay. Wow. They're so good. Amazing. Thank you. These are truly amazing onion rings. Some of the best I've had in recent times of my 29 years on this planet of Earth. They're crunchy. They're a tiny bit sweet. The breading isn't too thin, but it's also not too thick. And it's the teeniest, tiniest bit cakey, but it's still crunchy. There's just a lot happening within this one ring to rule them all. Gollum would be shaking. And the horseradish sauce is not spicy at all. A lot of horseradishy sauces singe your nostril hairs, but not this one. This one just has that horseradish flavor, but it's all creamy and no spicy. This is the entree, guys. It was huge. They gave me a massive piece of fried chicken, pot roast, veggies, a chunk of meatloaf. Look at those veggies. Okay, the veggies look a little nasty, but they weren't. You'll see. And the mashed potatoes were underneath the meatloaf, tons of gravy, and a big serving of green beans. This looks incredible. It looks like a homemade, home-cooked meal, chicken noodle soup for the soul. Let's first try the green beans. I don't love many vegetables, but these are really nice and salty and fresh and crispy tasting. We're having a good time here, guys. We are.
You know, I don't think you're cute. I don't like your voice. I don't like nothing so far. Leave my damn table alone. Take my water. And please give me my food. I don't need your rhetoric.
I'm shocked. I'll tell you guys in a second. Oh my goodness. Let's try the mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, wow. The potatoes are simple, but they taste totally real. And they are very buttery. The gravy is a little sweet. It isn't super beefy. It doesn't have like a mushroomy flavor. It's just like a creamy, rich sweetness. So what happened was, at the table near me, there's a family. And there's an older man. And I guess that he didn't like that the waitress was like cracking jokes. And he literally told her, I just want my food and my drink and that's it. But it was extremely rude and I feel really bad for her. Back to the food. Let's try the pot roast. I'm a mess. Wow. That tastes like a homemade pot roast. It just falls apart. It tastes so seasoned and it goes so well with the sweet gravy. Just amazing. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of shook. Anyways, let's try the carrots. Oh, wow. Crunchy. If I was Bugs Bunny, I would say that's my favorite food. But because I'm not, to me they're just a tad undercooked. The texture's giving apple, but flavor-wise, they're salted and they taste good. Now, meatloaf is hit or miss. It depends on who makes it. I like to keep it simple with a little bit of breadcrumb, Parmigiano Reggiano, huevo. That's how it looks. Oh, that's a good cow loaf. Wow. I don't think I have ever loved a restaurant's meatloaf the way that I love this. This is the main character meatloaf. The texture was perfect. Some meatloafs can be too soft, mushy, goopy like Gwyneth, and this one was not. It has a nice hamburger patty texture. Flavor-wise, it tastes like a classic simple meatloaf, just the way I like it. It tastes like there's some salt, pepper, garlic, onion, breadcrumbs, things like that in there, but nothing odd. Now let's try the fried chicken, the grand finale. Huh? Oh, it's fine. Oh my gosh, all of it's great so far. But the meatloaf was like great. It's like a simple meatloaf, but it tastes really good. There isn't anything like weird in it. You know how like some of the meatloafs, they have like some weird stuff in them? This one's just like a simple one, so it's good. And the pot roast, it was so tender. Yeah. Of course. Of course. If this chicken could speak, it would say, but also it would say, I'm the juiciest. It's so incredibly juicy. Every drop that was within the chicken from the start has been retained. The breading is so crispy. It does have a classic simple fried chicken flavor, but it does the simple fried chicken vibe perfectly. I wouldn't change a thing. So as you can see, the final total of the whole week was $816.42. Can we believe I spent that much on food in a week? Anyways, this is the grasshopper bar. It's such a satisfying, perfect square. Let's try this, guys. Ooh. The texture. I feel like an insect. I'm about to float away like Harry Potter's ant. But this is so good. So the crust is like a chocolate chip cookie, but like very, very thin and very, very soft. And then all the green and the white part is just all like a mousse, like a minty, mint chocolate chip ice cream vibe mousse. So it's all very light, and then the chocolate chips add a crunch. And the mint flavor isn't too strong. It's not Colgate-y. It's not toothpastey. We all know those very strong mint flavors. We don't want that. It's just perfect. This was such an amazing meal. Wait, it's over. The video's over. I want to live this life forever. I'm going to give this final meal a 10 out of 10. I know the carrots weren't perfect, but everything else was. And carrots just don't matter that much. Like I said, I'm not Bugs Bunny. It is not a make or break moment for me. I'm so happy with this. I ate at so many truly amazing restaurants. I'm so grateful that I was able to do this thanks to you guys watching. And I'm grateful to Mickey Rat for creating this place and just being the rodent that he is to this day. Well, guys, I am leaving Hollywood Studios. The week is over, and I think it's time to reflect on how this week impacted all of us and the world as well, the planet. Reflecting back on this life-changing week, I realize that the magic is within all of us. I am the same person I was last week, but also I am much more than that person was. I am now a person who is full of Disney food. I wrote this last night when I was half asleep. I'm sorry, guys. If you watch this whole thing, you're the realest person I know. Like, subscribe, and let me know if you want another week-long Disney World food challenge, because my stomach definitely does. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.